Metal wings to fly won't take you to the stars. Use the metal for a boat and you won't sail too far. Stop sitting in the dark, stirring metal pots about. You will change your life forever when you figure out the secret PinCode, 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 PinCode. Science can be tricky, it can overheat your brain. Science can be hard to chew, each bite can be a pain. Stop sitting in the dark, stirring metal pots about. You will change your life forever when you figure out the secret PinCode, 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 PinCode. The secret PinCode, 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 PinCode.
Nah, that doesn't look anything like a hero's supposed to.
Sounds like that's the artist's fault, not mine.
No. I can't work under these conditions. I should have a subject who's worthy of my artistry. Someone who resembles a true hero. Instead, I just get a big baby.
Hate to interrupt you both, but I need some help. I need our brave and helpful Wally for a task outside. An important job outside the ship.
For a job? A heroic job?
Of course it's heroic. It's in outer space, definitely.
A heroic kind of job. For a heroic kind of sheep. Astronaut Wally, reporting for duty.
Good. I'll be at the airlock chamber. So glad I don't have to test these new spacesuits.
I have a quest now.
Ah!
Babies don't do important space work. Oh, this I won't need.
Wah, wah, wah. Somebody's brave.
The important thing to remember is how to activate the protection suit. This button is what will activate the suit. Then give your command. Got it?
Yes, sir. Wally to computer. Set up protection mode.
Command understood. Protection mode initiated.
Oh, wow. Oh,
That's great! Now try command initiate my spacesuit mode.
go. Space mode.
Initiating spacesuit mode. Spacesuit mode initiated.
I'm good. What a day! Engines, start!
I'm no baby. A hero. Not a baby. A hero. Engine start.
Yup, heroic. That's Wally.
Hand me the wrench.
Wrench is handed.
No, the other wrench.
Yes, it's the other wrench.
No, I need wrench 12.
Wrench number 12, huh? Heroes don't need wrenches. Hin, when does the heroic job start?
Well, I'm working on that as we speak. This device I'm making will make antimatter.
Oh, antimatter. That seems adventurous. What does that mean?
We know everything around us is made of atoms. And atoms are made of smaller particles. We call those elementary particles. In the center is a proton, and they get circled by electrons, which have a negative charge. Since their charges are opposite, they're attracted to one another. That orbit never stops. They circle each other till the end of time. Now let's see what would happen if you switch the charge. Looks like it's still got the same overall charge with a couple of key differences. That electron, now positive, is called a positron. And the proton, which is now negative, is called an antiproton. These particles are called antiparticles. They're like the opposite of any atom or substance in the entire universe. The concept is antimatter.
Wait, so you're telling me that my charges are simply the opposite of whatever this antimatter's charge is? I thought it would be more complicated than that. Who's this guy think he is, huh?
But it's amazing! Antimatter can never occur in nature. But it can be created if an atom's nucleus is exposed to enough radiation. Giving nuclei a good dose of radiation is just what my machine's going to do.
That sounds great, Pin. When's it done?
Now, it's been ready. We just press this and let my genius do its work. Best. If this all goes according to plan, we'll be heroes in the field of science.
Heroes?
Of course, scientific heroes. But done for now. It's a long, long process. Let's head back to the ship for now. Engines, start!
Heroes don't just wait, they take action. I have returned from my heroic mission. My day of being a hero has been quite heroic, as you can imagine. Well, you can hear about it later. Oh, wrench number 12. Whoa. Is that Pin's antimatter? I hope this means we'll be big science heroes, because this is huge. Hey, Pin, silly question. So what, is, antimatter used for anyway? I mean, hypothetically.
Antimatter is so useful and powerful. If a normal particle meets with a particle of antimatter, the result is that they both disappear completely. It's crazy. Poof! It's called annihilation.
Annihilation, huh? But what exactly happens when they meet, though? Please, don't tell me it's a kind of explosion.
Of course. If a particle and an antiparticle meet each other, it produces a crazy amount of energy. Yes, an explosion.
Is it like a kind of bomb?
No, not quite. It's more like a battery. 1 kilogram of antimatter, when it experiences annihilation, could power the entire Earth for half an hour. Isn't that wild? We could power ships that go even faster into space. Our fuel could take us to the farthest reaches of the farthest galaxies. The future will be found in antimatter.
But what do we do if it collapses? Or if that thing gets so big that it just explodes before we can use it?
That's why I put it safely outside our ship in outer space. Antimatter will be just fine. Float around, not touch anything out there.
What about afterwards? What do you do with the giant death ball?
That's why I built this handy magnetic trap here. It suspends the antimatter safely inside the can so it doesn't touch anything.
You think it can fit in that tiny glass tube? The whole big thing?
It's not a big thing. I only made a tiny amount for here.
That's all, Pin? That's great. I've done something very bad. It's growing too fast. What do I do? I shouldn't have lost the wrench. What if this thing falls down to Earth? He said something about antimatter and matter, the different charges, something about a huge explosion. Annihilation, he said. No! Not like this. I have to take it somewhere far away from the ship. But how do I manage that? How do I do that? I can't. Come on, Wally. You have to think of something. We have to destroy something. Something we can't even get close to. We can hit it with something of equal size and make it annihilate itself. Brilliant. This is a hero's plan. meaning this is a job for Wally the hero! There goes that idea. Computer, let's go be heroes. Initiate protection suit mode.
Initiating protective suit mode. Alert! Protective suit mode has been activated. Do not leave the ship.
So, you guys have been busy, huh?
I activated protective suit mode, but it's not for me. It's for you guys and the ship.
Hang on. What's he saying? Protect what?
This may be one small step for sheep, but one giant leap for the rest of us. Gotta get this giant anti-bomb. Anyway, Rosa, I'm no baby. Goodbye.
I'm more confused than before. What did he mean? And did he say anti-bomb?
Antimatter, meet me. I'm not a baby. I'm a hero!
Wally? Hello? Earth to Wally? How long are you going to lay on the moon, you lazy goat? I can't believe it.
Moon?
Oh, so heroic. I can't believe you decided to ram into the moon. Forgive me. I didn't realize that you had wolfer brains.
Hey! Wally, why'd you crank up the power on my antimatter? It exploded! I've had worse days.
Oh, man. It's wrench number 12, right?
A hero.
The idea behind antimatter particles was first introduced by Paul Dirac. Dirac was an English physicist who first came up with the idea of antiparticles and won a Nobel Prize in Physics in 1933. But the discovery of the positron is a different story. That was discovered by Carl Anderson, who then won the 1936 Nobel Prize in Physics.
Hey, Wally! Coming at ya!
Get it together, Wally!
Saturn's rings are back where they belong, sir.
Space Janitor Squad does it again.
Well, if somebody hadn't taken the ship without permission and had a demolition derby with a ring system, we wouldn't have had to do all that work.
I did not take the ship without permission. I just fell asleep at the wheel.
That's even worse.
Look at this, my heroic friends! Congratulations! Seems all our hard work helping the galaxy has been getting a little attention. Space Janitor Squad saves the day. Space Janitor Squad mops up. I say yes to the SJS. Finally, real superheroes.
Whoa! We're honest-to-goodness celebrities!
This is just horrible. Somebody tell me why I look so terrible in all those pictures!
There's nothing horrible about this. It's actually very good. And we have been asked to give an interview this very evening, in prime time. Everyone will love the Space Janitor Squad.
You really think they're gonna love us? Wearing these filthy, stinky uniforms? Wally falls asleep at the wheel, and I get humiliated on TV!
Well, I can fix that. I'll wipe off the space crud. You'll see that Wally can actually get it right sometimes. Now, how do you think you get clothes clean? Oh! Pin! Pin!
Huh? What's up? Is it a space apocalypse? What? Say, could I count you to get back to sleep?
No time for that. Come look. It's awful.
Sweet sauerkraut! Dummkopf sheep, what have you done?
I washed them. How was I supposed to know the super costume colors would run?
Yeah, I warned them about that cheap cotton polyester blend. Corduroy's better.
Huh?
Wally! The TV station called. We're going on the air soon. We need our costumes.
They just need another minute. They're almost dry now. Pin, oh, please help. Otherwise, I'm finished.
All right, I suppose that I could dye them all again. That might just solve your problem, right?
Oh, Pin, I just knew you wouldn't let me down. Have you still got leftover dye for every color costume?
9, but it's all right. I only really need 3 colors. We can make as many colors as we like as long as we start with the big 3 primary colors. Red, yellow, and blue. If we mix yellow and blue, we get green. If we mix red and yellow, we get orange. And if we mix red and blue, we get purple.
But orange and purple giraffes don't exist.
That's right. I exist only as an example in an animated science show. But I take some comfort in the fact that I might teach a child the concept of combining colors.
Hope they at least gave you lunch.
Red plus green, and we get brown. And if we mix brown with blue, we get black.
Oh.
And if we add red with purple, we'll get pink.
Thanks, but I think I'd rather just stay purple.
Yellow plus green, and we get an olive color. Brown plus orange, we get terracotta. Green plus blue, and...
Hey, Pin, thanks a lot. I got it. We just need primary colors. Shall we get to it?
All right, I know it's here somewhere. No, that's not it. No, that's it. No.
Huh?
No, that's it. No. Oh, is it? Think quick. Think quicker.
No.
Think quickest.
Oh.
Okay, that was not quick.
What else can we use to make blue pigment?
There's indigo ferra. It's a plant that can only be found growing in a couple of tropical countries in Asia. That work?
But that's, pretty far from here, right?
Well, not really by universal standards. It's just a couple dozen million kilometers, give or take.
Wally? What's going on in here? 10 minutes till the show! Where are our super uniforms?
Just 5 minutes more. Just need to iron them, that's all.
You better not do anything to ruin the beautiful birth of my television career!
Well, that's that.
Just watch them all together, huh? In the machine? That wasn't smart. You could leave them like that. They look funky-ish, right? Modern. Your laundry skills are horrible, my dear friend, but it's pretty darn funny, isn't it?
Wally, open this door! Where's my super costume?
All right, men. You said you need blue pigment, right? I know how we can make all this right. Up until the 20th century, all pigments were produced from plants and minerals. Getting the pigment you wanted wasn't always easy because plants and minerals only occurred in certain locations. For example, for years, the only source of the bright red pigment for the color carmine, or cinnabar, required insects that lived on cactuses.
That's fascinating and everything, but we're looking for blue pigment here?
Indigo, a famous deep blue pigment, was once produced from the leaves of the rare Asian plant Indigofera. Because it was one of the most permanent dyes produced in nature, indigo became very popular. Now, more than 20,000 tons of this pigment is produced every year. The majority of it is used for dyeing blue jeans. Of course, if we still needed Indigofera to produce the indigo pigment, we would have to grow these plants all over the world. Fortunately, toward the end of the 19th century, Adolf von Baeyer, the German scientist, discovered an artificial substitute for producing indigo pigment.
Then we don't need to make a trip to Asia after all? We can get our hooves on blue pigment made artificially?
Yes, we can!
Wally, open up! I know you're in there. If you have messed up my super uniform, I swear I'll...
Rosa, there's no need to keep bellowing threats. Your super uniform is in perfect shape. I cleaned them up, just like I said.
We are going on air in 5 seconds.
4 seconds. 3, 2...
Wally, maybe you're kind of all right.
Sometimes I surprise myself.
And we're on!
Space Janitor Squad, suit up!
Joining us from their starship is the Space Janitor Squad, and for the very first time, the whole world will see them live on their television. Thanks for being here, Space Janitors. Is there a problem?
Huh? We were so concerned about the costume colors that we didn't even think of the possibility of their shrinking.
You're not exactly catching us at our best.
Wally!
Everything's fine. I can make the costumes unshrink, I'm sure.
Perhaps the members of the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences enjoyed wearing jeans, because in 1905, they awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry to Adolf von Baeyer for his research. And for the synthesis of indigo, he was raised to hereditary nobility by the King of Bavaria, enabling him to use the von prefix before his last name.
Fairy tale? Those are stories that parents tell their children. They have fantasy plots and try to teach a lesson. You want to hear a fairy tale? Sorry, I don't really know how to tell any. Fine, come back here. I shouldn't have programmed you to be so cute. Okay, the story starts somewhere. Once upon a time, there was a wonderful, Arctic with a handsome, penguin scientist.
Wrong! You're already doing it wrong! Start with a princess.
But how did I start wrong?
Don't you know fairy tales? They need a princess, and they all have a love story.
And you should change the place. It's, cold up there.
Is that so? Well, fine, I guess. It begins in the, warm climate of Somewheresville. And there's a beautiful princess, because apparently that's how they start. And one day she ran into a musician. Yeah, he played the lute. It was love at first sight. Ahem. I said it was love at first sight. He decided to write the most beautiful song to impress Her Royal Highness. So he did. He played the best song, and she was very impressed. And then they got married, and they all lived happily ever after. They also got tax exemptions, which he needed as a musician.
That's it? All he did was play a song? And he got the princess?
Maybe it was a magic song.
The problem with your story is that there's no conflict. Nothing. Don't you see? Listen up. He can't get the princess just like that. He has to earn it. Make him work for it.
All right, fine. Now there is a bad guy who is no fun.
You're a hoot if you think that you can have her hand. That sounds right. Now you're stuck. You have to earn it. I'm progressing the story with some conflict.
Hey! Princess!
So what happened next?
I don't know. The tower's too tall, and maybe he left.
They need a way to talk. There has to be some way to communicate.
But how, though?
Our heroes should use the classic telephone. Telephones take the sound waves we make with our voice and change them into electrical impulses. These originally traveled by copper wire. The electrical signals would travel to the recipient and be converted back into sound waves. As long as those copper wires reach us, we can talk to someone halfway across the globe, or a fairy tale kingdom. It'd be no problem to get telephone wires up the tower.
Hold on a second. So my fairy tale world has technology now?
Just a thought. Seems your characters are in a quandary. It's your story, after all. You can tell it as you like.
Okay, fine. They have a telephone. The poor musician was at a loss. But then he had an idea. He had a friend who could help him out. The clever know-it-all wizard.
The wizard said to him, "You're in luck, my friend, because in this fairy tale world I have endless funding. Yesterday I invented something phenomenal. It's called a telephone."
When the wizard was done patting himself on the back, our hero took the new machine out to the tower, determined to make the storyline work. I mean, woo the princess. The princess could finally hear the song and was impressed by the technology. They were happy forever and all was well.
Hang on. That can't be everything.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about the story's bad guys.
Sounds to me that telephone's an easy way out. The witch wouldn't take kindly to this. And she'd fight them. She'd cast a storm of magic. That'd do it.
Not an actual storm. That would mess things up bad.
Whatever. You think the princess is afraid of some lightning? I think she's a little better than that.
Yeah, the musician is brave in the story.
No doubt our heroes are brave. But it's the telephones we should be worried about. Remember, the electrical signals travel by copper wire. They have a magnetic field around them that help the pulses move. The problem with a physical copper wire is that someone can easily tap into that connection. Hey, you! Stop listening! Other problems can arise too. The wires can be sensitive to radio waves. And lightning too, since it's electricity, just like the pulses in the wires. With old phones, sometimes even electric engines can interfere. With these old-school phone wires, a lot of things can make them go haywire. Get it? Never mind. Because of that, a thunderstorm would really mess things up for our story's heroes.
Good. That's what she should do. A minor hurricane should do it. You think you're clever, huh? Lightning!
Then what? The princess can never hear his music and they never find each other?
Beats me. That's brilliant! They can use the power of fiber optics instead of wires. Good job!
What's fiber optics? Like oatmeal?
Good solution! If you have a light source, you can spread the light by moving it to a body of water. The water will reflect within the water's edges, meaning the light will travel wherever the water travels.
That must be how the lighted fountains work at fancy hotels. They're so pretty.
How surprisingly perceptive of you, Rosa. That's exactly right. By this same principle, light can move with the help of wires. These wires are glass instead of copper. They're also called optical waveguides. Here's how they work. Light enters the outer shell of the glass wire and bounces along the waveguide. The light particles travel wherever the wire goes. Aren't fiber optics interesting? And luckily for our fairy tale heroes, fiber optics can also be used to transmit sound waves. In the very same way, sound travels through the wires and can be converted to different types of media. You can even convert the sound waves into light waves. Isn't technology phenomenal? The sound waves can go through all kinds of different formats. Eventually, they get converted back into sound waves that our princess can hear. And here's something even better about fiber optics. It's a lot safer. There's less of a chance someone can listen in to your conversation. As another bonus, they aren't affected by external sounds, lightning, or engines. It's just what they need. Assuming they don't have copper, this could work better. To make fiber optics, all they need is quartz, and that is found in sand.
The characters have lots of that. They're in a desert.
You're so right! The smart aleck wizard invented a new phone that used fiber optic cables instead of normal ones. He tossed the receiver up to the tower and played his beautiful song. This time, the sound was undeterred by lightning. The princess was impressed with the music. Not exactly Mozart, but her options were limited. And the annoying villain was finally out of options.
Does that end the story? Were they happy?
I'd say so. This time the hero earned it.
Don't forget, they also earned phenomenal phone service.
No, Bibi. They're just made up. That's why they're called fairy tales. Just remember that none of that actually happened.
Oh well, maybe that story happened in a different universe.
Using glass wires instead of copper ones is a huge breakthrough in phone communication. Fiber optics have made technology soar in the past few years. Fiber optics also contributed to the internet, making the whole world connected. And we have this guy to thank for it, Charles Kao, an electrical engineer from Hong Kong who won the 2009 Nobel Prize in Physics for discovering fiber optics.
Chico, did you see this? It turns out we have a talent contest coming up.
I told you about it a week ago. You just forgot about it.
Never mind who forgot what. It's already tomorrow, and we don't even have an act prepared.
Let's do our funny acrobatics like always. It's a crowd pleaser. Rock it.
With that repertoire, we'll never become stars, Chico. It's time to think of something new.
Oh.
What do you say?
I see you're rehearsing your acrobatics. Great. Your routine will close the show then.
This time, we'll be doing something new.
Intriguing. Is this something to do with the construction kit?
What? No, that's Chico. He's stuck in his childhood.
It's a shame that you underestimate the construction kit. At an early age, we get acquainted with the world around us with the help of our hands, although sometimes we test the world and taste. But the first stage of thinking is still called manual or affective. The child accumulates a repertoire of actions and movements, after which he moves on to the next stage, visual and figurative. At this stage, we learn to interact not only with the objects themselves, but also with images. And finally, the third stage, our development of speech, logic, and abstract thinking. The solutions to problems occur in the mind, and our main instruments of knowledge, our hand, becomes auxiliary. Thus, the development of thinking is given to us by our hands. And this has been confirmed by physiologists who have discovered a close relationship between the cerebral hemispheres and the nerve endings in our hands. Therefore, the most universal educational tool for any age is the constructor. He develops motor skills and coordination, as well as imagination, memory, and the ability to concentrate. All right, I still have to get around to the rest of the entrance. Bibi, do me a favor, and please look in on me later. The iron is playing up.
Oh, holy carrots! How did you do that?
It wasn't me.
Bibi, wait a minute. If you wave your hands...
A magnetic constructor, Bibi. That's your magnetic field.
Chico, I know what we're gonna do for our act. We're gonna do some tricks.
But do you think that's really fair? I mean, Bibi's doing all the tricks, and there's no mention of him here.
What do you mean it's not mentioned? In the small print at the bottom. Technical support is featured. Let's go.
And so, dear friends, we begin our talent show. Senor Wally and his merry tap dance.
On that night in the moonlight, do you remember how we were?
And finally, on the stage, the mysterious Dawn Illusion and his assistant, Yejidze. A session of black and white magic. Behold that which cannot be believed. Yeah. Magic tricks, then. Oh.
Well, look at you.
I knew that. Amateurs.
Wowee.
Bravo! Impressive. Not bad at all.
But where's the unbelievable stuff that was mentioned?
The secret is very simple. That there is no secret. It's all the power of a rabbit's mind and years of hard training.
Bravo! Bravo!
But you promised to tell everyone about Bibi.
Chico, understand, we can't disclose Bibi's role. It'll destroy the magic. All the magic.
But he does all the work, and we get all the credit.
What do you mean, all the work? Firstly, whose idea was it? And who's the one jumping around on stage? Me!
I can't do this. I don't want to play a magician anymore.
Oh, that's how it is it? We'll just be fine. Bibi, let's go. Attention, attention! One and all are invited to a special solo performance of the Great Dawn Illusion, Death-Defying Trick on Mars. And if there is no life on Mars, there will be after this performance.
Solo performance. Again, not a word about Bibi.
Dear friends, before presenting this death-defying stunt of Dawn Illusion, allow me to furnish you with a brief history of the construction kit. This may seem strange, but there was a time when these wonderful construction kits did not exist. They were invented as recently as 1880. They were multicolored stone bricks from which it was possible to build models of buildings. By 1901, there was a construction kit made of iron with nuts and bolts. These were called improved toys or devices for the teaching of children and adolescents and presented more diverse designs. The toys quickly became popular, and it's no surprise that these kits began to evolve and change thanks to new ideas and technologies. In 1903, a wooden construction kit appeared, using sticks and holes in cubes to connect the parts. And in 1949, the plastic era finally arrived. These plastic snap-in cubes meant that no additional attachments were required any longer. Then, at long last, the crowning creation of the toy, which is now loved by all, the magnetic construction kit, appeared in 2005.
Attention all!
It's starting.
I, Dawn Illusion, the great and terrible, through the power of my mind alone, will build a bridge across this abyss and walk across it.
What?
Oh, blimey!
It's all planned. Frightening the audience, that's the key.
Bibi? So that's the secret. Magnetic fields!
So it was Bibi all along, doing everything.
Rodster.
Magician, illusionist, and I believe.
At least your conscience is clear now. That's better, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Things have never been better.
Oh, wow. Did you do that?
Look, there's nothing to it, really.
Cool.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rosa. Happy birthday to you.
Now it's time to, set off the fireworks, right?
Fireworks! Fireworks! Fireworks!
The natives are getting restless. Hurry up there, Daco.
Cool your horns, my impatient friend. Accuracy is most crucial in this process, as is being cautious. Whew. Be careful with these things, Wally, please. They can very easily... go off by themselves.
What have we done? Please say you can invent more fireworks.
Well, first, this was not remotely my fault. And then second, where can I find more firework ingredients? We're flying through space!
This is bad.
Although... Hey, yeah!
What's happening? It's fireworks time, isn't it?
Just give me a few moments here, my lovely birthday girl. There's a little question I'd like to ask everybody first. Here it comes. What do you know about the life cycle of a star?
What do you mean, a star's life cycle? Stars just shine forever, right?
No, siree. Just like everything else, stars come into the universe, they live, and they die. The process just takes much longer with stars. Very much longer, in fact. It takes billions of years.
A new star is created in a cloud of dust and gas called a nebula and consists mostly of hydrogen and helium atoms. When the dust and gas become heated through compression, if the mass of the cloud is dense enough, the temperature during the compression, as well as pressure, becomes so high that the atomic nuclei start joining and thermonuclear reactions take place. An enormous amount of energy is generated, and the compressed gas cloud starts shining, turning into a star.
Are you saying there was a time our sun was a cloud like that?
Like every star was, yes. But then, with time, it transformed quite a lot, growing into the sun, with which we're familiar. Thousands of years later, planets gradually formed around the sun. And one of these orbs eventually developed life. We're that life.
While I love party-killing science lectures as much as the next girl, I was promised fireworks.
Yeah, Rosa. But still, gee, this is interesting. And can you tell us the age of our sun?
We can roughly estimate that it's in the vicinity of 4.5 billion years old. It's been around a while. Certainly it's mature, not a little baby anymore.
Once a star has been formed, nuclear fusion occurs constantly in its core, using up hydrogen and releasing immense energy, enough to push against the force of gravity and keep the star in balance for billions of years. But this process is not infinite. Eventually, the hydrogen will be depleted and the star will either collapse or explode.
Goodness, are you trying to tell us that our very own sun is going to, come to an end?
What? Our sun will die? No more parties or fireworks? Hold me! Save the planet! Save the whales! Hey! It's a madhouse! A madhouse!
There is no need for any of us to panic! The life cycle of our beloved sun will not end soon at all. I'd say we have about 5 billion years before that.
I'm beginning to think nothing's going to blow up here. Are you telling me my birthday isn't worth fire in the sky?
Have patience, our dear porcine guest of honor. Something far better than fireworks is on the way.
Yeah, lots better, yeah. It is, right?
Precious friends, we have quite an enchanting opportunity to witness the end of the life cycle of one of the largest stars in our galaxy. May I present Betelgeuse?
Betelgeuse is one of the largest known stars and is one of the brightest stars in the constellation of Orion. Betelgeuse is 700 times bigger than our sun and approximately 100,000 times brighter. As is the case with all giant stars, Betelgeuse burns its hydrogen faster than smaller stars. It is believed to be in a late stage of stellar evolution and is expected to explode as a supernova within the next 1,000,000 years.
And what happens to stars when they get to the end of their cycle?
Hey, I know! They fall right out of the sky! If you see one falling, you can wish on it and stuff. But they're not as pretty as fireworks are!
You're wrong there. The final act in the life of a star is an awesome spectacle, better than the best fireworks display ever! We've come to the stellar neighborhood of Betelgeuse to view this breathtaking cosmic wonder!
Should we get closer? I can't see it! Just a bunch of regular old stars. So what? If we move closer to the star, is the ship going to melt or something?
I'm melting. This vessel is capable of withstanding ridiculously high temperatures.
There is no need to move closer, trust me. From this position, everyone will see everything clearly.
You can start the show now! Preferably while it's still my birthday.
Frankly speaking, it should have already started, according to all my calculations. I don't understand it. Sorry, let me just calculate all of it again.
Stop, sheep. You know how to drive the silly space boat, right? Let's fly a little closer to this star action.
But, didn't Daco say we could see it all from right here?
Well, Daco said a lot of stuff. He told us this thing was supposed to start hours ago. What if the show has started, but we're just too far away to see it? Sweet Wally, you're always so kind to me. Won't you give me this? For my birthday? Closer! Come on, fly closer! Oh, this is awesome! It's my birthday! Yeah! It is better than fireworks! Well, it is crazy warm, all right. But from here we will totally see everything!
Turns out I just forgot to carry the wand, silly me! And now I can say with absolute confidence, the spectacle will indeed be starting quite soon! Why are we right next to the star?
Much nicer view, right? I just thought we'd be able to see everything so much better from here.
You just don't understand a star's life! At the end of the life of a star, the close of its life cycle is an intense explosion! 10 seconds from now, Beetlejuice will increase its volume 1,000 times.
When there is no hydrogen left in the center of the star, fusion stops, and the star begins its collapse. This leads to intense pressure and heat, which in turn will lead to an explosion. Exploding stars become much bigger and brighter for a time. Sometimes the explosion of a star is the only time it is visible to us here on Earth. Exploding stars are called supernova. Beetlejuice may become a supernova sometime soon, although nobody can say exactly when it will happen. It's more likely that the flash of that supernova will be seen by a future generation. Perhaps they will see a second sun in the sky.
Yikes! Sweet sauerkraut!
My birthday!
That was not fun. I'm getting way too old for this stuff. Dumb star.
That's just great. I was way too scared to even look at the explosion. All I wanted were some dumb fireworks for my birthday!
Look at that.
Of course! So, Beetlejuice has grown so much it's nearer the Earth. In fact, it seems it's shining bright enough now it's able to give our sun a little friendly competition.
Isn't it just beautiful? It's the best birthday in the history of forever. Forget silly old fireworks.